when I light up the forge. Here is just a whole bunch of angry wards in Dwarven. Mostly just saying about how, this is a disgrace to the ancestors, a forge should always be lit. Diethor would be pissed.
That kind of just walks around the corner and be like, "You good, Dain?"
This is a disgrace to the ancestors!
As you hear some angry bing, 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 bing.
Just angry dwarven noises.
Alrighty. Is that all for you then, Dain? That probably
Yeah,
your time.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna be in the forge for the night until it's time to get some rest.
Very good. Talos, what would you do for your day of assisting around the Citadel?
Well, after thinking about it, especially with those creatures especially with since we're definitely going to be needing people on the wall, but because those shadow creatures, Talos is going to take out his scroll of Hallow and use the ability for, because it's the options I have. One of them is daylight, and it lasts until I dispel it.
Let me double check. For Hallow, you said?
Yeah, for Hallow. The options are Courage, Darkness, Daylight. Yep, Courage, Darkness, Daylight, Peaceful Rest, Extra Dimensional Interference, Fear, Resistance, Silence, Tongues, or Vulnerability.
And have you seen how long it takes to cast that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're fully willing to commit to spending an entire 24 hours to cast this and taking a point of exhaustion for it?
Alice will have to, because especially with how bad those things were dealing with the people, and especially like sapping people's strength, because Talos can't be up there all day every single night with his sunblade.
Fair enough.
And it lasts for 24. It lasts until it's dispelled.
Indeed.
And 60-foot radius. So.
I mean, for the casting time, this is a powerful spell.
Yeah, after thinking about it for a while and knowing how effective it will be if we have other means of light without having to worry about especially once we are able to have more defenses on the walls.
So let me see here. You touch a point and diffuse an area around it with holy or unholy power. The area can have a radius up to 60 feet, and the spell fails if the radius includes an area already under the effect of the Hallow spell. The affected area is subject to the following effects. Any creature charmed, you exclude one or more of those types of creatures from. You can exclude one or more from this list. Second, you combine an extra effect to the area, choose the effect from the following list, or choose an effect offered by the DM. Some of these effects apply to creatures in the area. You can designate whether Courage, affected creatures can't be frightened while in the area. Darkness fills the area. Normal light as well as magic light created by spells uses can't illuminate. Daylight, bright light fills the area. Magical darkness created by spells at lower level than the slot you use to cast a spell can't extinguish the light. Energy protection, energy vulnerability. Okay. And so you're wanting to basically are you wanting to hallow the just the gate itself?
Since that's going to be the main point of entry, so it'd be good to be able to have some defenders on the wall to be able to anything that's going to try to, if they decide they get impatient and decide, you know what, bust down that door. It'd be good to have defenders up on the wall if they attack.
That is very fair. And so are you going to be... So, just to kind of double check what you're wanting to do exactly. Are you wanting to just, like, be on top of the walls casting a spell, or you want to be, like, on the ground level, like at the gate casting the spell, or are you wanting to be further back in the courtyard? Where exactly are you wishing to cast this? Because, as you can see, the area will be able to affect up to 60 feet in a radius.
Alright, so let me see. Can you pull up the map real quick? Of where the gate is, just so I can get a good,
Yeah, just a bit of a point of reference.
yeah. Because obviously, if it's going to take 24 hours, it's going to be nighttime by the time Talos is finished. You don't want to be on the wall when it hits nighttime.
Smart. Here, I'll just move you over, because I can just move one of you. Boop. Alright. Should be able to see that now.
It says 60 feet. And how high is the wall?
So, here, let me go ahead and put a radius around you of 60 feet to kind of give you a visual of what that looks like. So, put on your character, this is effectively what 60 feet of a radius would cover.
Do I have to, where I cast it, is that where the light's going to start from, or?
Well, according to what this here, bright light fills the area. So anywhere that is hallowed would essentially just magically be daylight. Like,
So,
there's no point
yeah,
of
I'll just...
origin, it's just, all of it is just illuminated as if it's daylight.
Alright, then I'm going to cast it from where I am right now.
So right up along the gate then.
Yeah, like, so, like, obviously, since the whole area will just be, like, lit up like the day, I'll just cast it here, since it'll be safer for me to cast it now I'm down here, rather than up on the wall. Plus, it would make me being visible on the wall kind of would make me a target to be like, hey, what's he doing? Talos is gonna go down onto his knees and begin, like, gonna center, like, first gonna, like, kind of take a deep breath, kind of center himself, and then begin to, like, roll out the scroll and begin the incantation. Speaking in the more, in this, let's see, what language, like, see, since I know Celestial, I might as well speak it in Celestial speak. Since I...
Alright, let me double check a few things here just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. So obviously, as you prepare yourself mentally, you understand and know that you must, like, for the next 24 hours, as you are focusing on this spell specifically, and I'll give you the benefit to say that it's still relatively early morning when you start casting this, that way, like, that's not...
Like, the sun's just got, like... Yeah, like the sun's starting to peeking over the hills.
You know that you must maintain your concentration as you cast the spell, and you have to, like, focus, like, it's an immense amount of discipline, as you have to focus every second on casting this spell.
Yeah, before I started this, I obviously, like, let certain people that are in charge know of, hey, I'm about to do something, I'm going to be out of it, I need complete concentration. It's like...
See, Talos, you are in charge.
Other than us. I meant. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
You know that, like, when it comes to using the spell, you can move around a little bit so your bones won't have to get too, like you won't get too stiff, but, like, basically you have to maintain concentration and continue focusing on casting this at all. You can't do anything. If anything were to attack you, you would not be able to stop and retaliate with an attack, otherwise you would lose your concentration.
Alright, Talos is gonna get started.
You also know, let's see, with Hell itself, so let me see what else would possibly be restrictive on this, just in case something were to happen. So this requires vocal, somatic, and material, which the material will be used up with the scroll, and so, yeah. Basically, you are limited to being you can't talk to anyone else because you're vocally casting the spell, and you can't do anything with your hands because your hands are also focusing on casting this particular spell.
Alright.
You won't be able to eat, drink, because obviously if you try to eat or drink, that would interrupt your somatic components.
Yeah, Talos is gonna take one for the team.
Alrighty, so you will proceed to cast the spell. I will say that Kathos will proceed to kind of watch over you and hold a vigil behind you as you're focusing on the spell to ensure that nothing were to happen to you.
Yes, Talos and his speaking in an accent, his best, like, he knows Celestial, but obviously him being a Dragonborn, there's obviously going to be some kind of accent within it while doing his hand signs and spell weaving.
Okay. And so that takes up all of Talos' time. So, with that, as Talos proceeds to focus on that spell, Greyhound did what he did and he went off to rest. Dain spent his day working the forge. At this point, the daytime comes and goes as night falls. Is there anything you do before your long rest, Dain?
Nah. Not for the moment.
Alrighty. Anything for Greyhound, or are you still just gonna rest?
Greyhound's just gonna rest.
Also, Ryan, did you see my Discord?
Oh,
Thank you.
check real quick.
Alright. And then, anything that Treth would be up to?
Oh,
No.
Very good. Time for me to roll a probability die. Alrighty. That plus. Okay, and counter his check. There we go. Alright. At one point, as you are concentrating and focusing, something tries to sneak by, but Kathos is there to defend you. As such, let's see what he would do. For this, since before he was using his fist, this time he had, like, in order to ensure that you are well protected, he has brought out his axe. And so, as soon as this thing gets close, is going to use his held action to do his melee attack upon it. 20 plus that, which definitely hits, and that'll allow him to do 12, 7.
What's going on? Sorry, I missed something.
You're being attacked.
Oh, okay.
Get your concentration checks ready.
Okay, one sec. Concentration check.
So, and just in case he hits you.
And the great gobbledygook.
Another 10. That's going to focus attack on you because you can sense what you're trying to do. So, let's see here. Oh, it is very close to death, but it's still going to be able to get one swing at you. Does a 22 hit you, Talos? You don't have a shield up.
22, no shield. Give me just a second.
Because obviously you have to focus on casting the spell.
Tory shield. It does, but if I can, I still use my feats while I'm focusing, or no?
Does it require an action?
Let me read. Yeah, it takes an action. Damn.
Right on. And it's going to hit you for 12 necrotic damage. And I need you to make a concentration check. DC you have to pass is 10.
Concentration. Where would I roll for that? What would that
Constitution.
I have to pass of a what?
A 10.
Oh boy.
Yeah, con saving throw.
How much damage did it take again, by the way?
I took 12.
12. Okay.
It may not matter, but for the time being, your strength score has been reduced by 6.
Ooh.
Temporarily.
That's still. I'm still strong. I have I'm 21. I'm just sitting there, still doing my thing, like focusing. It's like nothing else exists in the material plane.
Yes. This, as you sit there, focus, like you hear Kathos go, "Oh no!" Rah! Rah! And then suddenly you feel that Dementor. As you like, you feel that pain and necrotic energy, and you feel your strength getting sucked away itself. But then Kathos comes in and, rah! Kathos, sorry, Talos. I know you cannot respond, but it is gone now. I will continue to protect you. Keep focusing.
Yeah, Talos isn't gonna stop. He's just like continuing, like without missing a beat. It's like, how would I'm trying to think. How would this celestial speak sound? Would it be like more like almost like
sing songy, like
so imagine hearing that, but with a clearly a dragonborn like voice. It's like, oh gosh. Part of my brain is just hearing the freaking the throat singing from from Baldur's Gate with that female dragonborn in the Dirge playthrough. Oh god. Anyway, Talos is gonna keep doing his thing.
Alrighty, so I have good news and bad news, Talos.
Yeah.
The good news is, for the most part, the night will go uneventful. The bad news is there are 2 more instances where you are attacked.
Oh no.
So, let's see what would happen with those.
Is he the only one able to defend me, or is there any other?
Would Treth want to be outside?
He doesn't know anything about it.
Alright. I would say that Kathos would be the only qualified one that would be able to stand up to these things.
Oh boy. Like Bahamut, give me the strength.
So. Make his attacks. Okay, 2 hits and 1 miss on the initial. That. Oh, that was some terrible rolls. Okay, so that thing is at half health that first round, and it's going to have its 1 chance to swing at you real quick. Does a 13 hit you, Talos?
We're not.
Alright, and this is its attack. And we'll get to swing again. All those will hit. That one, Kathos, as what happens like in the middle of the night as you're still focusing, you have a lot of sweat coming down your brows. You're not used to this level of concentration, this focus. This by far is probably one of the hardest things you've ever had to do, is focusing on casting this one spell. The amount of time and dedication, you can feel your muscles and your bones beginning to get sore. And then you hear another rushing of air as Kathos, not this time! And you hear some swooshing and some, and then you feel a brush of air, almost as if it's about to attack you, but then Kathos, you're not able to see it, but you almost feel as he seems to almost grab this thing and then slam it into the ground and finish it off. After several more hours, though, this thing will come at you again. Kathos will seem to swing at that one. Oh no! I'm going to miss 2 of these attacks and make 1. Total that much damage, 16. This thing will be able to get a strike off against you. Oh, that's gonna be a 24 against you. Ooh.
I still save though.
You say, because it deals 18 necrotic and you lose another 3 strength, so your strength score is -8 now.
Alright, 19. Okay, 19 strength then.
And you needed to make at least a 10, which was a 16. Make it for this round. Kathos will proceed to strike this thing down again, making 2 more strikes against it. Oh, and he's struggling with this one as it's too slippery. He's able to beat against it a few times, but unfortunately this thing will get one more attack against you with an 18 to hit.
Nope.
Alright, and that
It's a miss.
should finish it. 2 more strikes. Yep, okay. So, as you are feeling the struggle behind you, this thing, you feel once again that familiar cold sensation as you feel the necrotic energy just. And you're like, as Kathos proceeds to. He throws it to the side and he proceeds to, you're focusing so hard, but you can hear just the struggle as he says, and then finally, as you feel a shaking on the ground. As he comes up behind you again. Keep it up, Talos. The sun will be rising soon. As another hour passes, you feel the air begin to warm itself as the sun rises into the sky. And as it does, the shadowy figures from above dissipate as they flee from the light. As Kathos breathes a sigh of relief. Residual made it through the worst of it. As you kind of hear as he steps away from you for a moment, as he proceeds to head back into the top of the wall.
Talos is going to continuing the for whatever amount of hours are left.
Everyone else, you all benefit from a long rest. And Talos, you will unfortunately suffer a point of exhaustion.
So it's done now, or is the spell still going?
Well, you're still kind of going for right now. Greyhound, Dain, and Treth, as you all kind of get up and go down for some gruel, you all notice that Talos is absent currently.
I never know what Talos has gotten himself to.
No idea. Never told me anything.
Fair enough.
Greyhound, do you know anything?
What? What's going on?
I'll take that as a no. Just wondering where Talos has gotten himself to.
Unfortunately, I don't know either.
Fair. I'm sure he'll pop up at some point soon. Maybe it slipped in.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well,
Sorry, what you were saying, Aaron?
no, I was just gonna have Treth excuse himself and then go downstairs and greet Milo when he arrives.
Sounds good. One had to. So. Okay. So Talos, you get to the end of the scroll. You feel the power in your hand as you say the final word. As you go, "Hello." As you then lead down and you touch the ground itself. And you feel a warm tingly sensation as from the point that you touch, you watch as spreading outwards, the ground itself seems to sparkle and turn, like have a gold sparkle to it, as the entirety of the air begins to feel brighter.
I was gonna shakily get back onto his feet and feeling the dry blood from the necrotic and start stumble stepping his way back inside.
Talos! What you did is working! The undead, they are fleeing from the gate!
I'll smile, like he smiles and like raises his hand and then continues forward, clearly like food, water, bed now.
Dain, as you're kind of making your way out to the forge to do whatever, you notice a bright light starting to shine in a direction through one of the windows. And as you kind of step outside, you can see that the gates look surprisingly brighter than the rest of the day outside.
What happened to
And
the
you see
gate?
Talos approaching you.
Talos, have you been out here all night? I guess I'll take that as a yes. So just watch him plod by.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Talos, are you there still?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so you can choose for Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead to be unable to enter the area. Would you have excluded any of those?
No. Anything that would have helped out from what he read about with the scroll, with the instructions with the scroll, he probably would have done everything he could to make it so that the undead would be like anything that would help in this type of situation.
So you would definitely allow Celestials to be able to enter this area.
Yeah, so Celestials are because Celestials are 9 times out of 10 on the good side. So
how about Elementals?
yep, Elementals are fine.
Okay, Fae?
Ooh, Fae. Trying to think, do we have any Fae on our team?
Obviously, this would be like full Fae, not like partial Fae creatures.
As a precaution, he's gonna add it.
Okay, so no Fae, no Fiends, and no Undead are allowed at the gates. And you know from the effect of the spell that essentially, these creatures can attempt to try and enter the spell's area, the hallowed ground. Essentially, if they would have to be incredibly powerful to try and withstand it.
Yeah, but anything that's been possessed or charmed, if they enter the area, they are no longer possessed or charmed.
Mm-hmm.
Charmed or frightened.
Alright. And so, about this time, as Treth, you were down there, you came down with Namfoodle, who went into the tunnel and proceeded to spend 10 minutes casting another Wall of Stone spell. As he then kind of hops off the tracks, he's like, I think Milo's about here. I felt the tracks vibrating when I was walking up them.
Just me, or do you feel a little anxious about Milo coming back? Especially so soon.
The hell would I need to be anxious for?
Yeah, you're right. That was a dumbass question.
Yeah. He kind of shakes his head. You hear suddenly some screeching from the northern tunnel as as coming in. You see the underground rail system that park itself. It looks a little different than you last saw it. For example, they're small, like thin enough that they don't get clipped from the sides of the tunnel, but you can see that there are little like tubes protruding out from the sides of the engine on both sides.
Hmm.
And then Phil kind of sees that you take notice of that. He's like what you see? Those are those special defensive mechanisms that I installed into this thing. That'll keep things off of it when anything tries to hop on.
What does it do exactly? Are they just like guns, or is it something else?
It's got two-part. For one, anything that tries to latch on it, if the engineers hit a certain switch, it will electrify the entirety of the outside exterior hull. Therefore, anything will get a nasty shock and will be less likely to hold on.
Sounds like a shocking surprise for them.
Oh, yeah. And then anything that tries to get too close, if the engineers deem it, they can activate the automatic defense turrets. They'll be able to launch a few forceful blasts to try and keep things away. And with how fast this train is, ideally, it'll chip by enough time that the train will get out of range before they can latch on.
Huh.
It'll do quite a nasty punch as well, but I don't imagine, either A, it's going to obliterate them outright, or B, it's going to be just strong enough to push them back, but not actually kill them.
Namfoodle, your work will always amaze me.
It should always, as he kind of holds his chin up. As the train door opens. And stepping out, you see a very, bedazzled-looking Baron with a very shy-looking Gerbine coming up right behind him.
Oh, Milo! Welcome back!
As Milo just kind of takes a look around. What happened here?
Well, you see,
Your
so
asshole
it happened.
friends blew up my station.
I mean, okay, to be fair, you did help in that as well, Namfoodle.
Well, I only burned the parts that I knew for a fact weren't going to affect anything. It was Talos, of course, that decided to be like, hey, let me just throw a fireball! As Milo just kind of shakes his head and puts his hands to his temples. Oh, I see you brought yourself a friend along. As Namfoodle looks behind and sees the small Gerbine. Right, you there?
I'm sorry. And I bring mud.
Copious jars of holy mud.
Naturally. Smiley will be like, yes, he's with me, don't worry about now. Namfoodle, where's Talos?
We haven't seen him this morning, actually. At least not since I came down here.
Yeah, afraid I don't know myself. Namfoodle kind of scratches his back of his head and goes, I don't know if, Mr. Books here had told you, Milo, but, your friends allowed the enemy to be able to find one of the hidden passages in Port LaMontagne. I've been spending the last few days sealing off the tunnel to ensure that they can't get through and infiltrate the Citadel.
To be
What?
fair, I was trying to explain that before Namfoodle here interrupted me.
Milo's eye twitches. He then turns to the side and looks down the tunnel. Oh great! Now we can't get down to the Port LaMontagne! Fantastic! I'm going up to find Talos, now. As Milo very quickly rushes up the stairs.
Shall I accompany you, sir? And he's gone.
You know, he almost looks as pissed as I do all the time.
Yeah, Milo didn't take too kindly to hear what happened with me. And Streth kind of just looks down at Namfoodle.
Well, I mean, I suppose not? Namfoodle looks a little confused. Wait, what happened to you again? Ah, don't give me Anyway, I'm gonna go rest a little bit after casting that spell, and continue working on the machine up above, so once you all are able to find the heart that I need, we'll be able to power the cannons and allow us to really start to bring the fight to these assholes.
Very well. As Streth will kind of understand to take his leave and try to go find Milo.
This is a Namfoodle will look at Soren. I guess that includes you too. Get up the stairs. I ain't leaving you down here unsupervised.
Okay. Okay. Sword follows.
Good.
So Soren, you know that you and Milo have been very busy over in Antiva. You in particular, Soren, have spent a significant amount of time tending to Garrett, who had a bit of some mental and physical exhaustion after having been possessed by the Aboleth in a way. And so, for the first week or so, you basically helped Garrett recover, while Milo, had spent a decent amount of time reorganizing and getting a more proper council setup of meetings between all the houses of Antiva, getting communication going, as well as, of course, ensuring that business did not stop at all, and there would be no interruption. You then proceeded to follow around Garrett and help him out as he kind of learned from his father the ways of business and how to as Milo also seemed to he had a good idea about how most things work, but there's a couple of details where the two of them, father and son together, learned how certain things worked on the island, and they would work together to, of course, change a few rules and how things are operated and ran. So you were there alongside Garrett as he learned many things about how to kind of run a business as well as a quote-unquote family. And when the call came to there was danger back at the Citadel, and Milo said that he had to immediately take off and return. You decided that Garrett was ready to kind of he was well enough, and he had been he had worked hard enough on his own that he'd be able to kind of hold things down in Antiva. As Milo had requested that you came along, Soren, due to the fact that your experience as a cleric would no doubt be essential when it came to perhaps helping some of the people that could have been injured within the Citadel.
Okey-dokey. Well, knowing that Soren is going to be going over, checking all the wounded, and helping them.
Yeah, as soon as you come up and you are traveling around, you see a lot of people that are sad, a lot of, the morale is definitely low. When you get past the library, you see, you instinctively, your nose picks up the smell of blood, and you look into the library where you see a makeshift hospital has been set up, and Varis is currently there tending to a few people, looking a little frantic and tired himself. As soon as he sees you, he goes, "Oh, by the god, Soren! Oh, Soren, it is so
hi! Yeah.
You come just at an opportune time. I have a new batch of injuries from the last night's events where I need some immediate assistance. Over there, that individual needs some bandages put upon their wounds there. If you have some magic stores left, over there, we could use a couple of cure wounds on those individuals there. You wouldn't happen to, by chance, have any sort of restoration or any sort of like some spells that you'd be able to cure certain ailments, would you?
I should have some.
Got lesser restoration. Do you have lesser
let me
restoration?
see. I believe I do. Yeah, I have lesser restoration. Yeah, I have that.
Perfect. I have a few individuals over there that, like, are essentially suffering from such conditions. Over there, that gentleman there, he got slashed in his face, and he's maybe get to him as Varis continues to stream off a lot of tasks as he continues to work himself.
Greyhounds looks at him like them's a lot of words, Magic Man.
Just get started on that one right there, and we'll go from there. As you proceed to help, give me a medicine check for Soren.
Oh, specialty. I have a plus 16 on this. Holy shit.
God damn.
The 30, you do an excellent job going around and aiding in the library. Alright.
Yeah, like, holy shit. I didn't realize my modifier was that high with Greyhound, with Soren. Jesus.
Alright. So, Milo, as you are rushing about the Citadel, like, you're asking about, eventually you get word that Talos was seen heading up towards his room, and so you take a secret tunnel and you manage to take a shortcut where Talos, as you are just about to reach your door, popping out of around the corner, you see Milo suddenly.
Right.
Milo, as you look at Talos, he looks absolutely exhausted. Like, he looks terrible.
Talos, your room now.
Just heading there. Talos is like almost like not like his mental faculties are held by a thread right now of how focused he is on everything on the rest of the world. Pretty sure there's like blood still dripping from his back from that.
It wouldn't be blood. It would be like once you take off your armor and your shirt, there would be some necrotic-looking scales on your back.
Yeah, gross. They're headed up to his room.
Once you're in, Milo kind of shuts the door a little loudly.
Like Talos immediately dropping his armor. Like, his gear's just gonna be dropping off of him before he barely enters the room.
As Milo enters Talos' room, he is slamming that door. Milo is fucking pissed.
Dain hits it down on the forge. I'm like, oh fuck.
What the fuck am I? Namfoodle blow up now?
Like, Soren freaks out for a second after he hears it as he's healing someone.
It just echoes across the entire Citadel. Bam, 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 bam. Varis will stop and go, what did Namfoodle do this time? Anyway, this might pinch you a little bit. Ah! Anyway.
Talos is as he's in there, like his immediate the chest plate just drops off his body. He's just like sloughing off everything else down to his undershirt.
Talos, do you have any fucking idea why I'm here right now? And why I'm so fucking pissed off?
Talos takes a few moments to like stare and like he's trying to stay focused right now and not pass out. Like, I could think of a few reasons.
Go ahead and fucking listen them off for me then.
Got a companion killed. Didn't use the scroll when I should have. Panicked. Blew up stuff in the workshop. Locked off entrance to Antiva.
Alright.
Talos is like it's like very monotonous, like very like there is no passion. It's just like he's reading off of a grocery list at this point.
Alright, to be fair, I didn't know about half that shit you said. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We'll circle back to that. But yes, I am pissed because of what happened with Treth.
Oh, like closes his eyes and he just does that slow nod.
He didn't fucking ask to be a part of this. I fucking hired him. And I thought it was as a paladin that your oath was here to protect everyone. Or at least those who mean well. Am I wrong?
Talos it's the silence shaking his head. His eyes are still he's really trying to stay like he is truly trying to stay awake to cope with this conversation. Like fighting off that exhaustion, but he nods as well. And it's like, and I failed. Miserably so.
Milo, give an insight check here.
Right, that is Treth. Where is Milo's character sheet? There it is. Insight. 21.
21. As Milo takes a look at Talos here, like, aside from the obvious exhaustion, like, Talos, what kind of energy is he exuding from, like, just the knowledge of, like, the failure that's, like what he failed to do?
Oh, it's a color-coded spectrum. Guilt, shame, self-loathing.
Like, for Milo looking at Talos, like, there is a significant amount of light that once exuded from Talos that has dimmed dramatically.
And another... You know... You're not as cocky as you were when I left, are you?
Talos makes a slight, a self-deprecating chuckle. No fooling you.
And, like, actually apologize, not like that. No, yeah, sorry. You got you killed.
Yeah, Talos nods, like... Not at first, of course. I was too caught up in my own self-loathing, but I did truly apologize. And I swore to him that I would not make the same mistake again. If anyone's going to die, it's not going to be others.
Listen, Talos, I don't have any high ground here. Fuck, can't believe I'm about to say this. Yeah, I did the same thing to Dallin. So I know how you feel. But also at the same time, I've never been one to say I'm here to protect people.
Talos, he nods, like... And he puts out his hand, he's like, it is sure as hell good to see you again.
Likewise, I'm tired of fucking everyone kissing my ass.
Oh, I thought you would enjoy that.
I'm not gonna lie, for the first day or two, it was kind of nice. After, what has this been, like 2 weeks now? 3 weeks?
About.
Is that right, Tim? Or am I completely wrong on that?
Talos' grasp of time at this very moment is non-existent. It could be a few days. It could have been a year. In Talos' current mind.
Yeah, it's been about roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks since like you all left Antiva.
Yeah, after the first couple of days, it's kind of nice. After a week or two of this, it gets really fucking tiring.
Well, at least you have the gold racking in.
All the gold I have racking is from my taverns. But...
Well, with you here, I think we might just be able to get shit done.
So what happened here? Obviously, I know undead outside.
Well,
Citadel's
remember
under attack.
remember that little tag-along that Dallin had that he thought we got rid of?
Which one? You gotta be more specific.
We had... Talos makes a really, kind of like the finger motion that Jack Sparrow makes when it comes to, like, the really creepy stuff. It's like, spirit thingy that was exuded from him, black smoke.
I think Milo
Created
would be
the
one
secret
of
passage.
few people that would have intimate knowledge on this, as I think, didn't Milo and Dallin have a bonding moment over it?
Yeah, we did.
So you'll get a history check with advantage, Milo. Nah.
Don't need advantage.
He is the advantage.
Yeah. Alright, what about it?
It's very likely that he's back with a vengeance. We think he might have possessed his brother and captured Dallin. At least that's the theory. He was pretending to be Dallin, and that's how he got information on the passages, as well as apparently he's working for Maldraxxus, and that's how we got caught in that. And
Whoa, wait. Passages?
But his spies followed Dain, and that's how they figured out how to get to the underground, the train.
Don't sick Milo on me now.
You see Milo pull out a dagger. Son of a bitch! As he just slams the dagger into the wall.
Yes, that's how we all felt. He was apparently very good at pretending. Since he was part of Dallin for so long, he was able to pretend to be without anyone knowing.
Fucking damn it. Alright.
Apparently he's been gathering his forces in the mountain. At least that's what we're thinking. Apparently he's here, according to him, when he spoke to me. I'm pretty sure he has Dallin's an orb of something to speak with me. A couple nights ago, he said he was here to reclaim his property, which is... Talos kind of motions with his arm. The Citadel. And Talos goes and tells him the options he gave us, which obviously, Talos has no intention of accepting any of those offers.
Why the fuck would one of Dallin's split personalities have a claim to the Citadel?
It's his twisted thing. Since he was, I think my thing is that since he was part of Dallin at the time when the deal was made, he's qualified for it. I don't know. Who knows with crazies like that? Talos kind of he tries to take a drink from some water that he had. From the water skin he had, but then it kind of fumbles it because his hand-eye coordination is not very good right now.
Milo casually just pulls out a flask and just offers it to Talos.
Thank you. takes a swig. Like, is it water in there or is it something else?
It is not water in there, I can tell you that much.
Talos immediately gags because he wasn't expecting.
It is 100% vodka, no mixer.
Oh. What kind of water is this?
The time you drink when you're in a shitty situation, as after Talos takes a drink, Milo takes a swig of it.
Well, at least the gate will be protected for a while. I was able to use a scroll of hollow. That's where I've been for the past 24 hours.
He knows.
He winces as he touches the scales on his shoulder. Got hit pretty good while doing it, but it's done. Undead won't be able to come near the gate willingly, and most of the wall should be protected from the things in the air. Talos goes and describes the shadow creatures. Hopefully, if I rest, I'll be able to regain my strength.
So, Milo, with that history check, there is a very, very specific time that the description he gives, it sounds like a more stronger version of it, but you recall having such a malevolent force attack you all back in Duskwood. If you remember all the way back then.
Sorry, you're telling me those fucking shadow bastards are back here again?
Well, pretty sure these things hack a punch, though. Like Talos, you can see that Talos is very something about Talos is physically made him weaker.
He muscles themselves that look normally robust because he has his shirt off and he's he's disrobed a little bit, not enough to be indecent, but he's got his gear off. His normally very robust and just bulging muscles are looking significantly thinner.
Talos is edging himself onto the bed, trying
hey,
to
whoa, hey, what is Talos doing here with Milo in the room?
He's getting Talos is moving closer to his bed, trying to ease himself onto it while visibly wincing from his shoulder, his bones, from him being in more of a sitting position most of the night. Hopefully, if I rest, whatever they did to me will be gone.
Alright, get some sleep. Go make my rounds.
Talos hands over. One sec. Wait, what was the item? It's what was it?
It says Talos needs to rest. Where does Milo go from here?
Milo's just gonna try to go around, probably see Varis, Dain, fucking Christ, why do I always forget this fucker's name?
Greyhound?
Milo doesn't know Greyhounds here.
Ah, fair enough.
Captain of the Guard, fucking...
Kathos?
Yes, Kathos.
You were able to kind of go see Kathos, after Varis. Varis is very happy to see you, and, obviously kind of tells Milo a little bit about what's been going on, as well as, So, yeah, the rest of the party, they're planning on using the special transports that you have in order to escape the Citadel without running into the army of the undead outside. After which, they need to go and locate a source of energy for Namfoodle's invention in order for him to be able to use it to help fend off. And we have the Ash Marchers making their way here to the Citadel. And so, ideally, the plan is we use Namfoodle's invention to deal a significant blow to the undead, while the ash monsters then sweep in from behind and catch them off guard. At which point, perhaps then, we from the Citadel will be able to do a counter-offensive and basically pincer the leadership and end this siege once and for all. And of course, in order to do that, we need a heart of an elemental, and we need to find the Inferno rifle that Dallin possesses. And of course, he explains that Dallin is located somewhere in a cave, and they believe the cave to be somewhere located around Lamontagne. After which he excuses himself because he has more people to tend to. Where you see Soren has also made his place comfortable around the hospital. Then Milo goes out to the gate and finds Kathos. Kathos is very happy to see Milo. Ah, it is Milo! Greetings! Behold! Our good friend Talos has prevented undead from getting close to gate. And we have additional protection against the shadow things that fly up in the sky at night, as the area all around gate is going to be absolutely engulfed in sunlight.
Oh, good.
As your eyes kind of squint a little bit, it is a little bright in the area.
Fucking Christ, it's almost as bright as Talos' goddamn sunblade. Fuck!
Ah, that is the point. You see, before Talos arrived, we were having this big struggle against these creatures that we could not see at night. And then, once he arrived with his sunblade, the sun was able to reveal them for what they were. And so, Talos, he had some sort of magic that he was able to cast that allowed his blade's light to be able to protrude all around this area. Very helpful, very useful.
All good. Well,
as for the enemy movements, we have seen that they continue the patrols around Citadel. They're waiting to see if anything escapes, methinks. But unfortunately for them, we're not allowing anything to escape our walls, nor allowing anything from outside to get in. Something that my men and I have noticed, though. The leader, he is a strange sort. He seems to have some red scales, as well as some black armor on. He's not gotten close enough to Citadel to get a good look, or to take a shot at. But, strangely enough, since yesterday he has not been seen amongst the ranks. Though they seem to be automatons without him, we find it unusual that we have not seen his presence around Citadel for some time.
I mean, probably after what Talos did, Mike got scared off. At least somewhat.
I don't believe that to be the case. Fortunately, I do not have any guesses as to where he might have gone. Perhaps he went to rally more undead. Or maybe he just needed to go poop.
I mean, when nature calls, I guess.
Ah. We will be keeping our eye out and we'll report to Varis, or if any of you are around, we'll report immediately if we spy him.
Very well. Ah, Kathos. It's good to see you again.
Ah, good to see you as well, Milo. It does the
You
men good
happen-
to see you.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot recently. Kind of wish people would stop telling me that.
Kind of cocks his head a little bit. You're a hero,
It's a long story. We'll catch up another time when it's more appropriate.
Ah, I must get back to guarding. It was much safer now that this spell has been cast.
Kathos, you happen to know where Dain is?
I believe I heard hammering over at the forge. I do not believe any of my men are trained in the ways of blacksmithing. I can only assume that is where Sir Dain is.
Yeah, Dain or Namfoodle at this point. I'm not sure which one. But I'll take a look.
I've not seen Namfoodle for some time, but I think I did hear some swearing coming up higher on the Citadel.
As Milo kind of just like puts his hand around his neck, starts rubbing the back of his neck. That was me.
Ah. And then in that case, I do not know where Namfoodle is located, but I would assume over by Forge is where Sir Dain is.
Thank you for
Seems to go
all you
back to
do.
the wall. Of course. It's my pleasure to serve.
As Milo heads over towards the forge where Dain is.
As you get within range, you can hear the ringing of a hammer upon steel, and you start to feel the area get a little warmer as you see a fully lit forge, and Dain, currently in kind of a work overalls and an apron, pounding down on some weapons and armor that he's touching back up. Give me
Now it's gonna lean on.
another smithing check there,
Nope.
Dain.
Alrighty.
18. You still do some good work. You're feeling a little distracted today. As you're not trying to put too much hard work in, as you know that you can't dedicate too much time to this task, as you have to leave very soon in order to continue on your quest.
Dane's also just distracted in general. I don't see Milo behind, but you just see the hammer just like tinking off the edge and like accidentally takes the tip off the sword for a second. You blasted hammers. Never a good dwarven steel when you need it. It's a fucking ruined. Reforger.
Milo can kind of just lean up along the doorframe to the forge and be like, Dain, it's kind of odd to see you without your armor on. You feeling alright?
Milo, didn't know you were back already. I thought you were coming in later today.
Nah. The, project Namfoodle is working on is quite fast, thankfully.
Hey, that's always good. How you been?
Glad to be out of Antiva. I'm tired of the bureaucracy of everything over there now.
Trust me, I know the feeling. But hey, it's good to have you back. It's been odd not having you around.
As Milo takes another sip from his flask. A little bit left. Care to finish it off with me?
Hey, guessing there's no water in there.
No. As Milo tosses you the flask. Definitely gave Talos a shock though when he drank from it. As you see a shit-eating grin along Milo's face.
Oh, I'm not surprised. You know how, well-mannered he is about this kind of stuff.
Hi.
Thinks he's gonna take a swig. Hey, that's some good stuff in there. What is it?
Nothing for the finest for the Baron of Antiva. As Milo takes a very sarcastic bow.
Hey, and the Baron does get the best of stuff. Just like toast it for a sec before passing it back.
As Milo will finish it off.
How are things going over there now that, order has been restored?
It's getting back to normal, I guess. Or at least as normal as it has been.
Hey, that's fair. Never really figured out the ins and outs of the, politics there, but I'm guessing with a whole bunch of the other houses per se, it's a bit of a balancing act.
But you can say that again. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I took over, but fuck. Both Machete and Hotshot are still at each other's throats. I fucking can't figure out why. Granted, it's not quite as bad, but still.
Lovers' quarrel, maybe. That tends to be a good indicator. Right. Sounds like a group like them. There's always gonna be something going on.
Something until one of them kills each other. And the next-
I don't think it's gonna go that far, because then they have to try and get another head to fill in with the same knowledge.
Well, that and now they'll have to deal with me as well. Because
Aye.
I just stopped putting an end to murders in Antiva, especially heads of families. I'd rather not have my rule start with another one.
Aye. It's probably for the best. And I'm surprised that they were still trying to do that after, after the old, the old Baron unfortunately passed.
Aye. Don't get me wrong, it's not quite as bad as it was before, but they have their moments.
Hey, fair enough. Good to hear that it's going better now. Have you been filled up to speed about what's going on over this way?
Yeah, got a little bit out of Talos, but he was from the sound of it, he was fucking exhausted.
He's exhausted. What's he been doing all night? He's not been drinking, I can tell you that.
I'm sorry, have you not seen the fucking blinding ass light right in front of the front gate?
I haven't actually. I've been in here all day. I just assumed that Talos was up on the wall.
Oh.
With that blasted sunblade of his. It's a nice trinket, but by the answer to that thing is bright.
Did he really just not tell anyone what he was doing?
No, I mean we kind of was it early yesterday morning? We kind of all met together with Namfoodle to see what he was doing when he tried to get into the vault. The vault ain't opening.
Well, yeah, we need 4 keys from the 4 of us. Me, you, Talos, and Dallin.
Graham tried to lockpick it, and he got Dallin's open for like 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Graham managed to lockpick Dallin's lock for like 30 seconds before his tools almost snapped. That door is not happy.
Well, at least it does its job, I guess.
Oh, aye. No doubt about that. Kinda sucks when the 4 of us aren't here so we can't get into our own vault, though.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate.
Dain's just gonna give...
Really glad I don't have anything in that vault.
Dain's gonna give you a sideways... just a slight... Wow. Slight squinty look and just won't say anything. Okay. Luckily the stuff that's in there isn't too terribly valuable right now that I know of. I think the most valuable thing in there is probably the gold that's in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
But apart from that, we kind of all went our separate ways. Though Namfoodle now needs a bloody... He needs a heart of a fire elemental in order to power up his guns that he's trying to put on the walls.
I mean, he needs to finish them first, that's why you need the long rifle that Dallin had.
Aye, which is why we were down the vault. I couldn't remember if he'd had it with him or if he put it in the vault. Evidently he's got it with him.
How'd you come to that conclusion?
We may or may not have remembered when we all parted ways that he had it on his back. Listen, a lot has happened in the last, like, month.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The trenches, flashbacks to Milo. The trenches of war.
As the shell-shocked 1,000-yard stare, just from all the business meetings Milo has had to attend.
And on the other end,
That Soren has had the tend with him sometimes too.
on the other spectrum, Dain just sitting there while Milo long stares. He remembers the fight against Maldraxxus.
Yeah. Why did Talos or Treth tell you about the fight with our lovely Lichy friend?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm still here now. Had to come talk some sense into Talos, but seems like he learned his lesson.
I think we all kind of did on that one. But we were, unfortunately, I gave away information about our meeting with him, so they knew our plans even before we'd put them into effect.
How did they know the plans?
Well, you know how Dallin has his scrying orb and likes to talk to us in our heads.
Right. Talos kind of mentioned it, something about one of his split personalities or something. It's kind of hard to understand him in his tiredness.
Aye. Well, it looks like it looks like Dallin might have gotten captured. Either, well, no idea when. Either while he was on his way to find Fradnir, on their way back to the fortress. Hell, even right before we went off to find Maldraxxus' hideout. But either way, it was found, and compromised. But turns out it might just be his witch's hut. Either one of them is.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think either one of them has found a new body to inhabit, or one of them is, I don't know, possessed another Dragonborn that isn't Dallin.
You guys know where Fradnir is by chance?
That I've no idea. If one of the personalities has gotten to Fradnir, that's not gonna be good.
Well, not what I was thinking, but also yes. Thinking more so if we find Fradnir, he'll probably know where Dallin is. Since, at least from what Varis told me, it doesn't sound like you guys really know where Dallin is either.
I mean, Varis kind of knows a little bit where he is, but we're kind of just, to be honest, we're grabbing at straws on this one. From the description that Varis was giving, it might sound it sounds like he might be in the bowels of La Montagne, the mountain itself, but to be honest, I have no idea. That's just the most logical thing right now.
Probably stop by Varis before seeing Treth again. Oh, I meant to ask you one more thing. Treth mentioned something about a kobold. Is it who I think it is?
Well, if you're thinking Greyhound, then yes.
Alright. Good to know.
I mean, considering I was also saying he was in the vault with us as well.
Well... Listen, I've had a long drive from Antiva, alright?
No, you're good. Funnily enough, we actually found Greyhound on the way back from Antiva. A Little shit was on the train.
Is that who broke my doors?
Aye. And I may have also had a hand in one of those doors.
Why is everyone flaming him for something he didn't do? He didn't break the doors.
They were already broken.
Actually, no, never mind. It wasn't Greyhound, it was me and Treth. Well, I think Treth broke it, and then I tried to fix it and broke it more. Yeah, for a paladin, he's got an odd, definitely some odd weaponry at his disposal.
No, really.
Hey, just a smidge.
Pray tell.
Well, it looks like he can. What was it? Fire these. Well, he fires these purple projectiles when we're in battle. They've been definitely helpful. But there ain't no. Ain't no paladin ability that I've ever seen. That and his talking sword. Lovely lady. I think.
Oh yeah, his wife.
Hey.
I mean, I know at least. Look at the difference between you and Talos. I mean, you guys are both paladins, and you both have different abilities.
Aye,
So it wouldn't really surprise me if he was just another paladin with different abilities.
Fair. I'll have to ask him about it at some point. You know, if he does decide to stick around and not go back off to the capital, or wherever he wants to go, to be honest.
Is that supposed to be private?
Hmm.
Inquiring if that roll was meant to just be to me or not.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Considering that I don't see a roll, so probably.
Anyway, carry on.
Well, let me finish this up and we'll go gather the others. We should probably get ready to head on out shortly. We have a fellow adventurer to rescue.
Aye, that we do.
And,
I'll go grab
full-on-
Treth and meet you guys up at Varis.
Aye, sounds like a plan. Gotta go finish a couple of more of these swords.
So as Dain finishes up his work, did you say you were heading to Treth first or Varis first?
Treth, and then me and Treth will head up to Varis.
Very good.
And along the way, Milo will be giving him a advance on his paycheck for work after what happened.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, you arrive at Varis, who, with Soren next to him, the two of them are kind of sitting down, like drinking, like Varis is drinking some tea, as Soren is working on some mud in a jar. As Varis sees you come in.
No, he's brewing something. He's also drinking something while he's brewing.
There's that. As Varis
Nothing's
sees
changed.
Milo and Treth come in, he goes, "Ah, good to see you too. Me and Soren here were just taking a bit of a breather. Gotta say, with another healer here, I've been able to actually take a break for once."
I figured it would be most beneficial to bring him along after what I heard was happening here.
Yes, I greatly appreciate it. I should be able to handle things a lot more better on my own from here on out.
Varis, I do have one question for you, though.
Certainly.
You know Fradnir, right? Alan's brother?
Yes, I do.
Are you able to see where he's at?
Well, I could certainly try. Give me a moment. Let me try scrying on him. As Varis kind of sits down and proceeds to focus. As Varis like kind of stops and he focuses, he watches the arcane magic begins to flow around him until he watches his face kind of scrunches up a little bit, his brow furrows as he kind of stops and sorry, I was not able to see him. I tried reaching out to him. I tried to see him through the scry, but I don't know. There was some sort of strong interference. I was not able to see him.
Strong interference as like something else was blocking it, or just his, for lack of a better word, willpower.
I don't think it was something that was blocking it. It didn't quite feel like that. I think, I don't know, he may have been able to sense it, and because normally you are able to somewhat, even subconsciously sense when you're being scryed upon. And if your willpower is strong enough and you don't want to be viewed, well, you can of course refute it, and I think that's what occurred. That may not necessarily be a bad thing. I mean, obviously, if he wanted to, he could have failed and been seen, but maybe if he thought an enemy was trying to view him, perhaps he might have thought better to refute. I could try again in about 24 hours, once I get some rest.
Yeah, it'll be alright. Sounds like we'll be heading out of here before then.
I see. Well, I can still try again, as well as, I should have enough enough energy in me every day to be able to at least cast this twice. I told the rest of the party that I would be checking in on Dallin and seeing if there's any additional information I'd be able to scry out about him.
Ah, alright. Well, I mean, if you're gonna keep scrying on Dallin, if it's not too much, can I ask you to keep trying on his brother?
Absolutely. After all, it has been some time since we've seen Fradner. I mean, he seems quite capable, but I know that's why Dallin left, as he wanted to find him as we had not had any contact with him. I'll do what I can to see if I can't scry on Fradner as well.
I appreciate that, and no need to try contacting us, since Treth will be waiting here until this is sorted.
Oh. You want to stay with us at the Citadel track?
Yeah, until at least the business here is done. That way Milo can head back to Antiva.
Well,
Figured a little bit of extra support here probably wouldn't hurt anyone.
well, I'm sure that Kathos would certainly appreciate your assistance. I mean, you definitely seem like a capable fighter. What he told me, he said that you were absolutely, essential with the last attack from them, that they actually got inside the walls. Said you had some sort of range capabilities. I must say that if you have some powerful range capabilities, that would be very helpful in helping ensure that they're kept away from the walls.
Yeah. Thankfully I do. And thankfully I've been using it long enough that I can actually kind of shove them even further back, if need be.
That is most helpful. Well, I and I know the rest of the Citadel will be very pleased to have you here, and I'm sure that, of course, the caretaker will be happy to get you a permanent room set up for you. That's where you have a place to put your gear, lay your head for rest, whatever you need.
I don't think that will be necessary, but for now, while Milo is not here, I'll just be staying in his room.
So long as you're fine with that, Milo, I suppose none of us will object.
I mean, of course, it was my idea. Kind of hard to disagree with myself on this already.
Fair enough. As Dain and what has Greyhound been doing this whole time?
He's been hanging out with his family, just checking on them, seeing how they're doing.
Gotcha.
And just trying to catch up on time.
As Dain, you kind of walk in. Talos, I'll say that you were able to get yourself a short rest in, which will restore your strength. And if you lost any hit points, you can roll your hit die to restore your HP, but you'll still have that point of exhaustion. You got yourself a nice nap in, basically.
Mm-hmm.
As Dain and Talos, you make your way into the library. Varis goes, Coach, you're all here. Dain and Talos, Greyhound wished for me to relay to you that he was going to be staying here at the Citadel. Treth here is going to be staying as well. Greyhound wishes to spend time with his family and help with the defense of the Citadel, as Treth is also going to be as well. I believe Soren here had indicated that he might be traveling along with Milo again.
Yeah, I plan on helping.
Soren!
Oh, Dain!
Righty.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one of these days. I'm gonna outdrink you.
I was gonna say, got any new drinks for trying?
I'm trying to make something right now.
I mean, actually, that stuff I gave you, Soren made it.
Oh, he did he? Well,
Hi.
that was very good. I understand what you mean about the Baron having the best. So kind of just like nod towards Soren.
Oh, stop it! Flattery will get you nowhere. As you can tell that he wants you to keep talking.
Soren, I think you'll find that flattery gets people everywhere.
Not everywhere, as Milo gives you a very stern look with the amount of bullshit he's been dealing with.
Well, almost everywhere.
Well, what I've been hearing from Kathos, it seems that the activity outside, while the presence of the undead is still rather present, apparently the leader, the mysterious black armored individual, has not been seen for some time. So we believe that perhaps now would be about the best time if you all were to leave for the special mission in order to get a head start. As I have mentioned previously, we have enough supplies to survive us for some time, but unfortunately, as you all know, winter is approaching us rather quickly, and so time is of the essence. If we are to be ready in time, in order for the Ash Marchers to succeed, we need to ensure that the Citadel will be able to help do a counter-strike and a repelling activity against the undead incursion, as the Ash Marchers are ready to make their attack. As such, as you all know, the plan is to help Namfoodle with his intention and ensuring that the defenses are fully activated and ready to go along the Citadel. You all know exactly what you're looking for. You have two objectives to seek out. Whichever order you wish. If you wish to go find Dallin first, you may do so. Otherwise, we have a decent idea of where he's located. If you wish to start on the harder objective and try and find the fire elemental to which to take the heart from in question, that, of course, will be up to you as well. Now, I would immediately start to inquire upon wherever you first exit. Unfortunately, I do not know where all of the exits are from which you'll be transporting, but I imagine that wherever you end up, start your investigation immediately, as these elementals, they can be anywhere. I will say that, depending on what I might anticipate, we do know that one of these elementals happened to be in this region of Dundras, on the far eastern side here, we know up in Blackheart's Haven. There's a good chance that perhaps there's 3 other elementals spread out across the other parts of Dundras as well. After all, we know that there was a powerful water elemental that you all fought up in Blackheart's Haven. There must be a powerful fire elemental that you'll be able to find somewhere in Dundras that would provide the perfect heart. And unlike water, I don't imagine, the fire being nearly as vital for, like... We'll get to that information later. And no doubt there's probably an air and earth elemental somewhere in Dundras as well.
So an elemental for well, all the major elements.
Yes. But for right now, our main concern would be the fire elemental. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly what this one could be, but my suggestion would be to locate where there's any sort of land that is hot. Perhaps volcanoes, perhaps even Irochaconus. Being a desert, maybe it attracted the attention of the fire elemental, I'd say. In any case, I imagine you all at least have enough information to go off on, and you may be able to ask and look about to see if there's any additional information that you can find. Is there anything that any of you need before you leave?
I've got some potions of healing that we can spare.
Same.
I'm afraid that we won't really...
You wouldn't have any... You wouldn't have any spell scrolls, would you?
I might be able to procure some. Was there a specific spell you were looking for?
Revivify or teleport.
I give him a look. I just give him a look of like...
Well, I'm afraid that I don't have Revivify ready as a scroll form. I do possess the ability to cast it myself, mind you, but to create a scroll for that, it would take some time.
Yeah, I mean, I have the ability to do it too, but just in case any of these non-clerics, as Greyhound, as Soren, kind of tries to sneakily say that to Varis. And these non-clerics probably can't cast it.
Oh, whoops, that was not meant to be to the GM, but...
Yeah, you definitely hear what he said.
As Milo guy just, like, slowly turns his head towards you, Soren.
Listen here, you little shit.
Bears gives you a wink. Soren's like, yes, I understand. I could try to work on a few in my off time, but I will say that my magic has been... Well, with how much work there is around here, the amount of healing, the energy of my magic has been running rather thin. I'll do what I can to spare, what I can in order to accomplish that, but it will take some time. And unfortunately, as for magic potions of healing, I do not believe we have any of that here either. Namfoodle might be able to create some, but he's likely going to be very, very busy with his project. He may not have time to craft any. And any other potions of healing we have, unfortunately, are being used to ensure that I don't get run ragged from healing.
Hey, that's fair.
Unfortunately, until the siege breaks, our supplies here at Starfall is going to be incredibly limited.
Is there anything that we could possibly bring back and to help with the siege? Or if a siege were to occur?
Well, I mean, for one, your mission is to help get the defenses online to help break this siege.
Well, other than that, but is there any, like, other items that would be beneficial for either you or anyone else here that you know of?
Well, supplies, if anything. After all, we're able to, like, get rations, water, anything. Like, we can't even, like, we have to be very careful with the water we have here, as with the undead presence outside, we can't be certain that they haven't tried to taint and poison the water itself. So, we have plenty of
Dain.
skills.
I think you have that handled with the water.
Hey. Here. Varis. Use this one to help out. And I'm gonna pass Varis over my where did it go again? The decanter of endless water.
Oh, you're doing the decanter.
Yes.
Alright. You can put that, if you want to, in the Discord, you can go ahead and put that under the vault as something that you store along with your Anarian scimitar and the singing greatsword.
Yeah. Put that in the vault.
Like, obviously they'll use it, but you can put that there just so you can put it out of your inventory since you won't have it, but we won't lose track of it.
Yeah.
As Varis will look at it and goes, a decanter of endless water. Oh, this is wonderful, Dain. Yes, with this we will be able to rely on this to provide us plenty of clean water without having to worry about dipping into any nearby wells in case they might be tainted.
Excellent. Well,
But yes, Milo, if you all are able to bring any food or any medical supplies, anything that would be able to allow us to tend to any wounded or to ensure that we are well fed, anything that's like that would help us go a long way to helping ensure that we are able to survive. Sieges are made to break the spirit as well as starve the individuals that are involved, and so the more resources we have, especially for all the extra mouths we have, the better.
And sorry, I do have one more question. How long do we have until winter starts?
Well, as you know, or perhaps you may not know, but according to the calendar that we keep, we are currently on the 4th of Marpanoth. And of course, Marpanoth is the 10th day of, or the 10th month of the year, of a 12-month cycle. We just have to, happen to celebrate High Harvest Tide. And so, well, it's obviously dependent on the weather patterns and everything else. There's kind of thinks for a second. We do know that the rotting will start next month, after which the Feast of Moons will begin, and then Nighthall. So Oktar is going to be next month. That's when things will really start to cool down, and then Nighthall will come, and that, of course, is when this winter begins. We essentially have basically have about 2 months before winter begins, and our supplies will begin to really be stretched thin.
Very well.
So as of right now, for what Kathos has informed me, our supplies should be more than enough for 6 months. We tried to fill up for at least a year, but with 6 months, I would have to say that with winter coming upon us, the 6 months could look closer to anywhere between 4 to 3 months of supplies. But we have some time to be able to survive this, and I'm not quite sure exactly how long the siege may last, but knowing that our foes are undead, they don't need supplies to keep them going. They will long outlast us, so that is why it's of utmost importance that you complete your mission so that we can put a proper defensive on our side at the same time that the Ass Marchers arrive and are able to attack from their side.
Sounds like a plan.
I pray good fortune and luck to all of you, and that you're able to find Dallin, as well as the fire elemental in good time. If anything were to occur here, I'll let you know that I will do a sending to you as soon as I can, or, of course, have Trek is going to be here to help the defense, as well as his ability to be able to communicate with you all very quickly. May the gods watch over you all.
Aye, and the same to you, Varis.
Varis gives you all a good handshake or hug, whichever you prefer, as you all make your way down to the station below. And as you all make your way down to Namfoodle Station, the train sits there idly. The engineers upon it, just kind of like standing around, looking down the tunnel. You hear one of them mutter like, man, it's a good thing that we had to stop here. If no one had told us that the passage was going to be clear, I hate to think what would have happened to this train if we tried to ride through that. Yep, I gotta say that would have that could have been disastrous.
Blame Namfoodle for not telling you.
Oh, Milo, yes. Oh, ready to go, are we?
Yes, but quite frankly, I don't know where to. As Milo kind of just points towards Dain and Talos, where are we heading to exactly?
Well, with this passage tunnel blocked here, sir, I would have to say that you only have a few options to go, 3 to be precise. Our first closest stop that we could head up to would be Anodrakul. That's your location, of course. After that would be your next location at the Kingdom of Raven's Crest. And the last, of course, would be back to Antiva.
You fucking suggest going back to Antiva right now? Or again for the next month? I will personally have your ass fired. Do you understand me?
His hands up. Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear, sir. So, would you like to go to Anodrakul or Raven's Crest?
Well, fire elemental would probably like the desert more than swamp.
Probably, but do we want to go after the elemental first? And have Namfoodle still waiting for the rifle, or should we find Dallin first, that way, and come back with the Inferno rifle? That way Namfoodle can actually start working on the defenses while we go after the elemental.
Good point.
To be honest,
Let's
I was
go.
going to suggest going after Dallin either way. I mean, right now he's captured currently. One. Rifle back to, or at least a copy of, or at least back to Starfall temporarily, so he can Namfoodle can copy down the blueprints again, and then head after that fire elemental.
Sounds like a plan.
So, Anodrakul.
Well, didn't you guys say that you think he was in Lamontagne, the mountain?
Yeah.
Isn't that to the east of Starfall?
I bet it is.
like pull up the map.
Yes, you know that directly to the east of Starfall is, well, northeast specifically, is La Montagne.
Well,
Which-
we're gonna need to find another way to get out of here then.
I was gonna say, which city is to the northeast of La Montagne? Is that Blackheart's Haven or Raven's Crest? Because
Blackheart's Haven.
Like I say,
Raven's
that's
Crest
Blackheart's
is,
way down in the southwest.
yes.
Okay,
Close
so
to
I
Antiva.
wasn't remembering that correctly. I was like, hang on, which way are we going? But yeah. Well, if we head over to another cool, unfortunately we'll have to, well, walk back down unless Namfoodle has put in, like, emergency exits in these tunnels. Or, well, unless there are emergency tunnel exits in these tunnels that we can get out close to the mountain, or even out in the middle of nowhere.
Never mind, I'm not even going to specify what that history was for, because I know I did not make it.
Well, that is also for Treth, so...
Well, that's just
What's that?
No, if you look at the below, it says Milo High Hill history.
Yeah, never mind. Ignore me.
So, what's the call, guys?
You guys know of a way out of here without heading towards La Montagne?
Milo does.
Well,
Would a 10 on history give me that information?
Oh, because he already knows it with the advantage count.
What would Milo have that could potentially carry stuff?
I rolled the history for it, can you just tell me?
That's what I'm giving you. For that 10, Milo
Certain-
has something like carry stuff in his inventory.
Oh, fucking Christ. Guys, let's head up to the top of Starfall Citadel, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what?
Just trust me.
You say this personal, Ida. Who's this Jesus Christ?
It's a halfling saying.
Okay. Okay, whatever.
As you all make your way.
Thorin, you're not old enough. You didn't learn it yet. Don't worry. In time you will.
You all make your way.
I got it. Okay.
Top of the Citadel. Along your way, you pass by a particular chamber where you hear some hammering and tinkering, ting ting ting. And as you look around, you see Namfoodle currently has his goggles on. As with one hand, you watch as he focuses and metal begins to turn hot. As with he takes some kind of clamps. He clamps down on the metal and begins to bend it into his shape. And then he turns focus to something else as he seems fully intent on working on this thing.
As Milo gives him some bardic inspiration before he leaves.
If he'll kind of jerk out a little bit.
Hold up.
And go, Ding, 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 ding.
And Soren's gonna give him guidance.
God. No! Why, Thorin?
As he... What?
Do you not remember the conversation we had about guidance earlier this week?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm saying it. As
And
he
that's why I'm saying
proceeds
goddamn it.
as he proceeds to painstakingly explain what he needs to do. He doesn't Soren knows it better. He's mansplaining how to do it.
Oh no. I thought we were supposed to be leaving.
We are. We're just saying our goodbyes to Namfoodle.
Get the hell out of here!
I don't think Namfoodle wants our goodbyes
Okay,
right now.
okay.
Fuck you too, Namfoodle. We'll see you soon.
Alright. So with that, as you all kind of get out to, like, you go through, like, open up a window. Because you have to open up a window this high up. There's not really, like, something to, like, go out on. It is very windy up here. As you look across the area, and you see all the little black dots surrounding the Citadel that you know to be undead.
Now this is gonna feel really weird, because the last time I did this with someone else was, not end roll for me, so... But guys better not fuck me over, as Milo will retract his 5x7 flying carpet from worse.
Ah,
Well,
that
always forget you
doesn't
have that
seem
all aboard!
heavy. Is it gonna hold us? As Soren, like, kind of just pokes it.
Soren, listen, you've been dealing with me long enough. You are my best fucking ale brewer right now. I'm not gonna just fucking send you to your death, alright? Get your ass on there.
Okay. As he shakily just gets on board, and is just very stiff, like he's trying to hold on for dear life.
Well, no time like the present. Dane's gonna get on it as well.
Okay, let's see, just to double check. Because it will hold all of you. But let me just double check.
Whether or not it will move.
Well, how quickly it will move. So, Talos, how much do you weigh on average?
Me? Oh god. Let me pull up my thing.
And Dain?
Information. Talos. Okay, one sec.
Dane's about 186 pounds.
186. Give her plus at least 15 for your magic bag of holding.
Yeah.
Talos weighs, like... And this is without his armor on, or with his armor on?
Go ahead
With.
and go, like, with. Because obviously you have it equipped, right?
Yeah, with his armor on, he is roughly about... 270? 280?
Okay.
And Dragonlords are... People don't realize Dragonlords are pretty hefty creatures. Their max weight that they're known for getting is 320 pounds.
And then Soren, how much do you weigh?
Look that up real quick.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first looked up
definitely doesn't
the
weigh a whole
actual...
lot. I think he weighs almost as much as his shovel, to be honest.
You at least have a bag of holding, so that's going to... Your minimum weight is at least 15.
Oh god.
Character sheet.
Tim, make that about 250 for Dane.
I figured as such.
Yeah. So I wasn't counting in my like armor and such. I was trying to do some quick math because yeah, it's counting the weight of everything that's equipped and unequipped right now.
Which a lot of that, will, a lot of what your weight is going to be negated by the fact that a lot of it's going to be in your bag of holding. And
So... How much does Morphs weigh?
Yes.
Murph would also be about 15 pounds.
About 15? Okay.
Now, if you were to empty his contents out, it'd be it would be.
So that would put Milo
We
about,
don't talk about that.
that would put Milo about probably close to 60 to 70-ish pounds.
Really? Or is that including the bag of holding?
That's including the bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, it'd probably be closer to 50.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, God.
And obviously, you would like. I would have to. I would be able to rule that, like, you all, if you obviously take the time to stash like extra weapons and stuff into your bags of holding that aren't really necessary for this, I can reasonably say you'd be able to just get up to just underneath the 600-pound weight capacity.
Also, doesn't one of us have some wings of flying?
He does.
I don't think the wings fly
I
as
do.
fast.
Increases my movement speed to 60.
Yeah, technically.
Oh.
I mean, he'd be able to use it for 1 hour, and he'd be able to
Oh,
move
and then it would
faster
just
than the
drop
carpet.
out of the sky.
Which, to be fair, you're probably not needing to ride the carpet for that long. Like, I mean, a good hour's flight away from the Citadel would likely get you past. So, we could just say, like, with Dain, Milo, and Soren hopping onto the carpet, and Talos, you have equipped and you use your wings of flying. We'll proceed next.
Sorry, sorry, I lost connection for a sec. What?
I
I heard Milo, and that's about it.
So basically, the three of them will fly on the magic carpet, and Talos can use his wings of fly to just in order for you all to get out the Citadel. Does that sound?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me just switch my equipment then.
Yeah, well, if you say you do a quick short rest to like attune to the wings of flying, and so as you all leap up onto the carpet and Talos unveils his wings, you all proceed to fly out of the Citadel as you go over a horde of undead. You make your way a distance until about an hour, and when Talos has to float down to the ground, and you all kind of go down together. And from there, as you all proceed to look behind you at the Citadel, surrounded by such evil, you steel yourselves and your nerves as you turn to face La Montagne, where you know that somewhere around there, your friend and ally Dallin awaits. And that is where we're going to end the episode for today. As you all will get 1,500 experience points for combat and roleplay.
Hey.
I'll be right back. As our heroes prepare to make a rescue mission for their friend Dallin, will they be able to find him? Will they be able to find everything they need and return to the Citadel in time to save their friends, family, and home? Find out on the next exciting episode of The Adventures in Dundras.